Right on, back to Fog Wrestling. Here we'll be ranking the top 10 wrestlers of 2001.
Yes, 2001. If you want to see the worst top 10 or the worst 10 or the bottom 10, let us know and we'll do a separate video on that. But for the meantime, it's the top 10. And we're going to be going from 10th, I believe,
Yes,
up
well, that's
to
the way it
first.
works. Well, you want to get to the best. You don't want to start for the best and go to the shit, even though the guy we've put in at 10 is not particularly shit.
Now, do you want the notable mentions first, or do you want them when we get to the number one spot?
Well, we agreed that we were going to, well, you said we're going to scrap them because it would be like the entire roster you could mention.
Alright, on that note then, we'll just scrap
Put it
them.
this way, right? Triple H isn't on this list, guys, and he would be there.
Yeah.
Kane, for example.
Put it this way, there's more people that had decent runs in 2001 that had shit ones, so I'm happy to put everybody on the roster apart from your Lance Storms. Wait, well, maybe that's harsh.
Who actually, name me someone who had a shit run.
Big Show.
DDP. I like DDP.
I like DDP's.
Yeah, I know, but for what it really should have been.
Every time Big Show came on my screen in 2001, he bored the tits off me. So
DDP from when he debuted at the SummerSlam, I think it was good. Great.
Well, he lost that tag team match and he never recovered.
He just showed
Who
up there.
better than Canyon? Nobody.
Nobody's better than Canyon.
Would have been better if he actually won the US belt though, rather than being gifted it. But aye. Anyway, let's move on with the list up first.
Aye, so we've got 10 guys, obviously, and we're kicking off with Hollywood, but he's not quite Hollywood. Well, actually, technically, is Hollywood here. That's when he began to go to Hollywood. It is Big Dwayne, and people may be like, "Whoa, Dwayne, no, number 10, son."
Well, if it was up to me, I wouldn't have had him on the list at all. But it is The Rock, and I guess you have to have him there. They had some pretty big moments. Obviously, returns. He won the Survivor Series, winner takes all match. He was in the undisputed, championship match. He had a big feud with Jericho for the belt. He won several world titles. He beat Booker T for the world title.
He was in the Rumble.
Yeah,
He beat Angle.
Close to win.
He was in the McMahon main event. In the 5-on-5, he was in the Undisputed Championship tournament. I thought you can't put a guy like Hurricane above this guy, which this guy wanted to do.
I wanted to put the Hurricane. Keep in mind, I think I enjoyed the Hurricane more on my screen too than The Rock. What I would say about The Rock is, to me, everything he's involved in, he's like a bit. I don't know. He just feels like a bit part player. I think I prefer. He's more like, I think he's like a sidekick, even though everyone would disagree. But anyway, Rock's number 10. If you don't like it, then you can leave your angry comments down below.
Next up, guys, we have Shane McMahon coming in at number 9, and this I would actually put this guy further up, but I just don't think he had that much matches. I mean, he's a part-time guy.
A big part of the alliance, the leader.
He bought WCW.
He had some really good. He had one of the best matches of the year against Kurt Angle.
And his matches against Big Show was actually good.
And if he had more, then he probably would have been higher up. But I think number 9 is pretty good for Shane O'Mac.
Next up, though, we've got the Dudleys coming in at number 8, and they're not the highest tag team in this list. But in terms of an actual tag team, I would put them above Edge and Christian. But Edge and Christian split up, and we will be getting to them later on.
You kind of spoiled who's full up.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, I can't even recall the Dudleys losing a match.
Well, you say losing a match.
Well, they did lose a match at the very end of the year to.
That was actually was it not in 2002 they lost that on Raw?
I don't know.
Pretty sure we just watched it.
Point
is, Dudleys were literally the champs, and even when all the TLC matches this year involved them, the tables matches they were in it.
They were involved in the invasion.
You take them at the alliance.
Inaugural brawl.
I mean, I'm not saying they were as important as Austin, but I mean they were fucking a very. I honestly think the Dudleys would be more missed at the alliance than Booker T for half it. Like,
yeah. Like, the thing with
I think DDP could have did Booker T's role.
The thing with the Dudleys is you put the Dudleys against any two members of the WWF in a tag team match, and it seems like a competitive match.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if you put if you put like Edge and Christian or the Hardys against the two best members of the alliance, it doesn't seem.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, to me, Edge and Christian, like, just against, say, Austin and Angle, or Austin and Booker, or Austin and RVD, just doesn't seem like a. To me, you know who's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the Dudleys against, like, Rock Jericho, or the Dudleys against fucking Rock Taker, to me, it's the Dudleys, like, so they're always capable of pulling a win. And obviously they've got the good gimmick, the Dudleys, the tables. Plus they added Stacey Keibler as their manager, and that kind of added a wee bit of, I don't know,
Oh my brother.
freshness to them. So always cutting decent promos.
And no one's kicked out a 3D yet, guys.
Well, Chris Sabin is unfortunately for us, he's not around at the moment. But Dudley's solid team, probably arguably the best team of all time. I'd say so. I mean, for longevity alone, I think you'd have to put them up there. So. And
they don't job out shows on drugs like the Hardys.
No. So there you go.
Into it. Next up at number 7, we have the guy that ended the year 2001 as champion, Chris Jericho.
Right, Chris Jericho. Maybe a wee bit low considering he was undisputed champion, but I don't know. I just don't think 2001 was really that great of a year for Chris Jericho. Probably better in 2000. I mean, I'd say kind of similar to The Rock. I think Rock was more entertaining. I think Rock had a better year in 2000.
Well, was he better in 2000? I don't know. Fuck, he won. Look what he done this year. But what did he do in 2000?
I just mean I just think he was fresher in 2000.
Well, I guess this is a debate show, maybe. Well, so what year do you think Jericho's best year is in the whole company?
Well, in terms of success, like obviously he won 2001, but I mean,
right, but
he was in a lot of high-profile feuds. But I don't know. To me, the Jericho Rock feud just didn't seem that important.
Like, I
didn't
mean,
seem anywhere near as good as the Angle Austin feud.
You got help with a chair. I mean.
I don't know.
I mean, we'll never forget he beat Austin Rock in the same night. We watched the pay-per-view recently.
It's underwhelming. Like, it wasn't. I mean, it sounds fucking great, but see, watching it back, it's like, and even since he's been champ,
it didn't help the fact we've seen the matches, both of them prior to the main one. There's a reason why Austin Jericho is the best.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, but I don't know. I think it's definitely, it sounds better than it actually is. See Jericho winning the belt, beating both.
The build up, the promo package is fan-fucking-George-tastic.
Cause see, everything I think about, say for example, Rock versus Austin at WrestleMania 21. I think everything lives up to expectations and exceeds it, to be honest. Because the build up was great, and I think that then the promo package and the entrances and the match itself and the finish at the end. Do you not agree? No.
Yes.
Whereas I don't know, see this night of all undisputed champions, we're gonna have we're gonna have combine the belts. To me, it just, I don't know. I was a bit disappointed. Didn't think any of the three matches, the semi-finals or the finals, were that particularly that great, and I just thought the way Jericho won. I know he's a heel, but
I didn't expect him to beat Austin clean.
No, but even the way he won, I just thought it was a bit underwhelming, and I don't know, his title reign since, it's not been the best. Like, fuck, I don't know.
All in all, guys, I mean, I'd probably say it's is it a great year?
Oh, of course, it's a great year. It's Jericho, the guy's great, like, you know what I mean? But to me,
nowhere near.
No, to me, like,
underwhelming for what actually he did.
Like, it's see for you, Chris Jericho had the best moments. Like, when you're watching it, it's not the guy.
Oh, no.
It's not like, oh fuck me. Every time we watch Raw and to see Jericho, he makes the show.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You know what I mean? I'm factoring on that. I'm not necessarily factoring it on success or wins or who won the most belts in 2000. I'm factoring it on who gave me the most fucking enjoyable moments.
And to be honest, like, for like Mania, he properly gets into the Rock feud. He's kind of like mid card.
Yeah.
I know he has the title threat at King of the Ring, but anyway, guys, we'll move into.
Well, don't get me wrong, it was a good year on paper. It's a phenomenal year on paper. He arguably could be number one. Like, he beat Austin Rock the same night, became first ever undisputed champion. Was in the world title match with The Rock. He was obviously a big part of the WWF team versus the Alliance. I totally get that, but I mean, to me, I think there was people that had more interesting years.
And maybe in 2002, Jericho find himself higher up that list. I think 2002 will probably be the hardest year to do a top 10 wrestlers in. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
I think I'd probably put Brock first. I've barely watched any 2002, but I just think the fact he comes from a new guy, the champ in like 4 months, it would be hard not to put the guy up the top end.
I can't imagine Brock being the most.
Because like Austin's the man, but he's not there. Well, he's there for a bit. Like Hogan will be probably it'll be great seeing the Hulkster. But anyway, we're going off on one here. We'll move on to number 6, which is Edge and Christian. And like we said earlier, guys, well, in my opinion, Dudleys as a team had a better year, but I just feel like there was far more development with these two after they split up, and these two are funny as fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
the stuff with like Rhino and Kurt Angle at the King of the Ring was
yeah, and you can see the tension between them, and Christian always seems to be like the last person to advance in the King of the Ring, and then he's like, is this the quarterfinals club? And he walks in and he sees everyone else, is this the semi-finals club? And he's just
he carries around the trophy, the TLC matches, all that good gear, the funny moments, the glasses, the promos before their matches.
Edge is the champ, Edge is the King of the Ring, but Christian's fucking carrying around the trophy, polishing it like it is his own. And I mean, just great moments. And obviously Christian with the heel turn, and Christian joins the alliance, and there was a couple of, maybe the matches between them could have been better, perhaps. Like,
yep.
The ladder match was good, but they had a steel cage match which was a bit pretty pish.
Aye, but that whole show was pish. If you want to check out us talking about that was ranking all the Peters, but it was Rebellion. Out of sync, out of pish, and that'll do it for number.
Oh, and I kind of like the scene where their mother's been ran down to being in a car accident. And Edge is
called you first,
and Edge is acting upset, and then Christian's acting upset, but he says, "I can't believe they called you first." I mean,
fantastic.
You know, just great stuff. And so Edge and Christian both might go on to be, you know, main eventers. So you know, that's what it is.
And next up, we have got the Undertaker, Dead Man Walking.
Big Mark, obviously.
Big Mark. Is he a Mark?
No. More of the big evil character, I think, here than the American Badass.
Well, for like the last 2 weeks of 2001.
No, but I think even, I don't know, I even sensed before he turned like he was kind of moving away from the whole American Badass thing. But obviously Undertaker, I think this gimmick change definitely prolonged his career. In my opinion,
I think people who hate this gimmick, they need their fucking head looked at.
It's the same with people that say when Kane unmasked, they meant to pish. When Kane unmasked, he had arguably the best fucking year of his career.
Exactly.
It probably, if you're being honest, like it probably was better than his first year. It just added a whole new.
I'll tell you one thing. For Bad Blood '97 to the Rock, I mean, he doesn't even have a fucking match. Well, he has a match against Mankind at the Survivor Series, I think. But I mean, he doesn't really do anything else. I'm watching it. And I would hands down say 2003 is better.
I mean,
all the shit with Shane McMahon alone.
Setting on fucking
he's in world title matches.
You know, I mean, yeah.
Battering Van Dam.
I'm saying just a year. Even probably has a good solid run, to be honest.
You're damn right, but Taker here
until he gets stuck in a tag team with Big Show.
Kane,
anyway,
Kane was an honourable mention, right? Which we weren't doing, but Taker here, fantastic.
Yeah.
DDP feud, Triple H match at Mania, evolved to the alliance. You're better than me, JR. That was just unreal.
Making JR kiss McMahon's ass. His run with the hardcore belt.
Match against Van Dam.
Great match. Hi.
Can't really think of a bad Taker moment, to be honest.
No, it's not many bad Taker moments, like, but
where to, Ben?
I tell you what, that promo he cut in the ring in '99, the Big Show, that was fucking pretty bad. Like
that was.
We're out in the desert. Big Show's carrying my Harley. And there's no water. We've been walking for 2 days. No wonder Jericho came out and told me, shut the fuck up, like, you're boring every. I mean, that promo was bad.
What the fuck?
No one. I mean, Taker took it bad, but in all reality, I mean, see if he watched that back, he'd probably go, nah, Jericho, you're right. That was pish. But anyway, he'll talk about 2001 Taker, right? Good stuff, obviously. American Badass leader. Well, not the leader, like, but he felt like the leader of the WWF. The feud with DDP was
great for what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's mad to think that Taker and DDP never actually had a singles match.
They did.
Well, not a meaningful one.
Oh well, King of the Ring they did.
No, it didn't really happen though. They didn't have a match, no.
No, fair enough.
They were scheduled for a match, didn't have a match.
Alright, well, same pish, man. Taker comes in at number 5, and next up's Rob Van Dam.
RVD, easily the most popular member of the Alliance until Austin joined, but even then he was still mega popular. And I think what gives RVD big advantage here is this is more or less his debut year, and when you've got your debut year, you're always going to be fresh, and you're always going to be more able to make a better impact when you're fresh. You know what I mean? It's like just like I think, like I mentioned earlier with Jericho, I think Jericho's first year was better than his 2001 year. It's just because when he first, he was fresh, just like RVD was fresh. So you'll see him for the first time on a WWE, WWF screen at least. And the guy, it's weird. Like the guy is fucking great, but he doesn't really do anything. But he's just got this aura.
That means you lost the championship 5 times.
I mean, you just fucking look at the guy. See RVD just standing there with like a puzzled look on his face. With the crowd, like the RVD and Austin's pissed, and RVD's just standing there, like confused with the hardcore belt. That's great.
I know.
It is what it is.
Great matches. Taker match, like we mentioned earlier. Jeff Hardy, the triple. I think the triple threat was alright. Like the build up was better. I mean, if there is things to pick out of RVD's years, the fact he was like a jobber till for a bit. Well, he wasn't a job. He just seemed like another jobber member of the Alliance. And then after Survivor Series, after No Mercy, he kind of just went. Alright, then I'm behind Austin.
He's the only guy that could pick up a win apart from Austin. The only guy that could get a clean win.
Yep.
But then he went through a period where they kind of jobbed him out for a few weeks. Lost to Edge clean. I mean, he lost to someone else clean, that wasn't he? Massive. Can't remember off the top of my head who, but RVD
comes in here at
number 4. Next
up though is William Regal.
Right. Now we can. This isn't about who was in what title matches and who had the most success. This is
I'll be honest, like see thinking of Regal, you can't even think of a particularly great match this year.
See, I mean, people say he's a good technician. Now, I don't think Regal's ever had a great match. Maybe it's partly due to he's never really been a main eventer, so he's never been able to go 20-25 minutes or whatever, which helps to have a good match. Or it might maybe just be that he's not that great. I mean, he's a brawler. Maybe he's not been in a match with someone suited to his style. But in terms of promos and
backstage, pissing on Big Show,
the guy is hilarious. In terms of entertainment and comedy, the guy's up there.
There's not one Regal segment where you don't laugh.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He didn't hold the world title. I don't care if The Rock came back and made £50 million in the Scorpion King. Or people can say, "Oh, The Rock's funniest guy ever." I mean, in 2001, William Regal shits over The Rock in terms of comedy. It's not even fucking close. Not even close. So William Regal, the man, he was great as the face commissioner, and he was.
I mean, half the people on this list shit on top of The Rock in terms of comedy.
Yeah, he was equally as.
How many? Like, hold on. How many times did The Rock use "What in the Blue Hell"?
Yeah.
And the Blue Hell, it's hardly.
Like the reason I said I'd put Hurricane above The Rock is because I genuinely believe that Hurricane had better moments, and I don't mean obviously I don't mean win the title. I just meant Hurricane speaking to fucking Perry Saturn over the disappearance of Moppy backstage. I found more entertaining than anything The Rock done.
Well, we're all entitled to our opinions.
Just like everything William Regal done was absolute gold. So that's what it is. He didn't win much gold, keep in mind, but his segments was gold, and that's why William Regal.
That was sure as hell cringy.
Is coming in at number 3.
And at number 2 though is the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle.
I think this could be Angle's best year in WWE, WWF.
Yep. Well, 2000 was pretty good for the guy. Like,
no, it was like, but of 2001. I don't think he can pick anyone who had more consistently put on better matches than Kurt Angle. His matches with Benoit, his match with Shane McMahon,
Austin,
his matches with Austin,
King of the Ring.
But basically every match the guy had was great. And I mean, his matches aside, you've got to take into consideration some of the promos that he did with Austin when they were kissing up to McMahon during the
corn and I don't care.
Yes, some of that shit was absolute pure quality. And then the feud with Austin when Austin joins the Alliance, and the medals into the river and all that shit. It was actually, and the matches with Austin were great as well. It was. I felt like they were getting a big push behind Angle, really trying to push him as like a patriotic American guy and kicking Austin's ass. And I mean, it'd be hard. I think it'd be hard pushed to find a better year for Kurt Angle.
And talking about kicking Austin's ass, coming in at number 1, kicking Kurt's ass is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I mean, I can't imagine having a year with this guy at number 1. People say that him turning heel and joining the Alliance ruined his career. Arguably, I think 2001's the best year of his career. Now, I know you could say, well,
I would say hands fucking down.
Now, I know you could argue, oh no, come on, 97 or whatever. And I get that, right?
Well, I've just watched 97. He's good, like, but he never. I'm not saying never made me laugh because I've watched it, but to the degree, like, I mean, it's literally every, like, the facial expressions, the what.
I'm not even a big comedy person, like, you know, I'm not, but fucking hell, I think Austin 2001, like you said, the facial expressions.
Like when Raven like broke his leg and Sean Stasiak runs in. I mean, it's just. He's like, this man's broke his leg. You want to replace him? You make me sick.
Everything Austin did. Like, basically, Austin for his like half his 2001 run was surrounded by fucking jobbers, and he made it work. But this should never work. See the Alliance against the WWF? Just look at you.
You're
the
pathetic.
Alliance, you're pathetic. You know, it should never work. But somehow Austin he grabbed the Alliance, chucked them on his shoulders, and carried them into war. And he would have won that war if Kurt Angle never betrayed him. But for me, Austin hands down won main event and won the best WrestleMania of all time. 21.
Won the Rumble.
Best Rumble of all time. Obviously, you know, joins up with McMahon. That was, you know, never seen that coming. Joined the 2-man power trip. Him battering Lita was pretty funny. JR at ringside. Him battering fucking JR and his whole.
You're taking it easy on your best friend.
Oklahoma. He's fucking wrapping the belt around JR's neck, and he's
the grocery store, the church scene.
Grocery store with Booker T. I mean, just everything.
He throws the medals off the bridge.
You know, all the hugs and shit to Vince. I mean, just
returning and battering all the Alliance.
Yep. I mean, just
everything. I mean, how can this guy not be one? Unless you're a fucking spastic or a mark.
Remember what about the scene where Linda? Remember he's slabbering at Linda? He's like,
your pots and
pans or something. Like, oh my god! When Linda's coming back and trying to get a stake in the company, and Austin's jealous that Vince and Linda's trying to get back together or something, and Austin wants Vince from. I mean, pure gold. I mean, I just don't get it. People can say this is the worst decision of Austin's career. Like, I don't know. For me,
it's the best decision.
It's my favourite Austin, hands down, hands fucking down. Not saying his 97, 98 stuff is shit, far from it. But I mean, to me, I would argue 2001's the best year in wrestling because of Stone Cold Steve Austin alone. That's how much I like this 2001 run. If you don't like it, then
kiss my ass.
There's people out there that are going to fucking say, oh, Kenny Omega in 2020 had a better year than Austin, and that to me that's
a life sentence.
I mean, you talk about what you deserve to get like capital punishment in America. I think that should be it, right? Fuck killing people. See, saying that Kenny Omega's better than Austin, that should be what gets you the electric chair. And on that note, guys, it's time for us to hit the electric chair on this video. I don't think Austin can be touched.
No.
I mean, Angle had a great year. I mean, phenomenal year, but to me, Austin was on another planet. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. The guy was absolutely, fantastic.
There's not one bad Austin like period.
Yep. So that's it really.
On that note, peace.